The grand ballroom sparkled like a dream. Huge crystal chandeliers hung from the ceiling, casting light over the city's most powerful people. Men in sharp black suits stood beside women wearing long gowns and shining diamonds. Laughter filled the air until the giant wooden doors opened. Everyone turned. Silence. A woman stood there, glowing like royalty. She wore a deep maroon dress that fit her perfectly, her hair flowing in soft waves, diamond earrings catching the light. Every eye locked on her. Whispers stopped. Even Mr. Harrington, the silver-haired millionaire in a fancy black tux, froze in place. His mouth opened, and his glass of champagne slipped from his hand, crashing to the floor. He knew her, and she wasn't supposed to look like this. She wasn't supposed to be here. But there she was, walking into the room with confidence like she owned it. And in that moment, the joke Mr. Harrington had planned wasn't funny anymore. Mr. Harrington couldn't move. As glass pieces sparkled on the floor, one thought raced through his mind. How did this happen? This wasn't what he had planned. Just a few days ago, he thought it would be funny. He had taken a fancy gold invitation and slipped it into the locker of the quiet cleaning lady at work. He expected her to feel embarrassed. Maybe she wouldn't even show up. If she did, he figured she'd wear something plain and look completely out of place. He thought people would laugh. He never imagined this. She didn't just show up. She owned the room. Now, standing in front of everyone, she looked like a queen. And for the first time, Mr. Harrington felt truly small. For years, Evelyn Carter was invisible. She walked through hallways with a mop in her hands and a soft smile on her face. Every morning, she emptied trash cans and cleaned floors while people like Mr. Harrington walked past without saying a word. No one ever asked her name. No one knew who she really was. But Evelyn had a secret. Before life got hard, before the bills and heartbreak, she had been someone else, a rising star in the world of fashion. She once designed dresses that made people stop and stare. But betrayal by someone she trusted, along with a mountain of debt, crushed her dreams. With no other options, she took a job as a cleaner to survive. Still, deep inside her heart, that fire never died. The same hands that scrubbed floors once stitched silk. And even though the world had forgotten her, she had not forgotten herself. That night at the ballroom wasn't just about showing up, it was about taking back the life she lost. One afternoon, while finishing her shift, Evelyn found something strange in her locker, a shiny, gold invitation. At first, her heart skipped, but then she saw the scribbles. Someone had written jokes all over it. She heard giggles from the hallway. Mr. Harrington's assistants stood nearby, laughing to themselves. That's when she understood. This wasn't kindness. It was a setup, a cruel prank. Something inside Evelyn snapped, not with anger, but with focus. She wasn't going to cry or run away, not this time. She went home, opened her old trunk, and pulled out the dress she had once called her masterpiece. Deep maroon, hand-sewn, designed to turn heads. It had waited years for this moment. She used what was left of her savings to borrow diamond earrings and shoes that matched. Looking at herself in the mirror, she didn't see a cleaning lady. She saw who she used to be and who she still was. This time, she wouldn't be ignored. This time, they would all see her. Evelyn stepped into the ballroom, and the room fell completely silent. Every eye turned to her. The deep maroon dress hugged her body like it was made just for her, which it was. Her earrings sparkled, and her walk was smooth and proud. Whispers filled the air. People leaned in, asking, "Who is that?" No one had ever seen her before, but they couldn't look away now. Mr. Harrington spotted her from across the room. His face turned pale. He started pushing through the crowd, clearly panicked. When he reached her, his voice was sharp. "What are you doing here?" he hissed. Evelyn smiled calmly and took a sip of her champagne. "You invited me, Mr. Harrington," she said softly. Was that a mistake? He opened his mouth but couldn't find the words. The woman he thought he could embarrass had walked into his world and stolen the spotlight. Evelyn didn't just enter the party, she owned it from the moment she walked in. As Evelyn stood with calm confidence, the room buzzed with curiosity. People couldn't stop staring. Then a man stepped forward. He was the CEO of one of the top fashion brands in the country. His eyes were locked on her dress. "That gown," he said, amazed. "It's stunning. Who designed it?" The question floated in the air. All eyes were on Evelyn again. She didn't flinch. She looked straight at Mr. Harrington and said clearly, "I did." Gasps spread across the room. The cleaning lady? A designer? Mr. Harrington's jaw tightened. This wasn't supposed to happen. She was stealing the spotlight he thought belonged to people like him. He gave a nervous laugh and called out, "Come on, she's just our cleaner." Some guests chuckled, unsure of what to believe. Evelyn didn't look away. She stood taller. The joke he tried to play on her had flipped, and now he was the one being questioned. The energy in the room had shifted, and everyone felt it. Mr. Harrington forced a laugh, trying to take back control. "Everyone, don't be fooled," he said loudly. "She's just the cleaning lady at our office." His voice cracked a little as the words came out. A few people gave nervous laughs, unsure how to react. Evelyn didn't look away. She stood taller. The joke he tried to play on her had flipped, and now he was the one being questioned. The energy in the room had shifted, and everyone felt it. Mr. Harrington forced a laugh, trying to take back control. "Everyone, don't be fooled," he said loudly. "She's just the cleaning lady at our office." His voice cracked a little as the words came out. A few people gave nervous laughs, unsure how to react. Evelyn felt her heart skip. For a second, doubt crept in. Maybe she didn't belong here after all. Maybe they would all turn away. But then she remembered the hard years, the dress she made by hand, and the strength it took just to walk through those doors. She lifted her chin, blinked away the sting in her eyes, and stood her ground. She had worked too hard to be pushed down again. Not tonight. Evelyn looked straight at Mr. Harrington. Her voice was calm, but her words were sharp. "Yes, I clean offices," she said, "but I also create art. And unlike you, Mr. Harrington, I earned everything I have." The room went quiet. You could hear the music playing softly in the background, but no one danced. All eyes were on her. She didn't shout, she didn't cry. She just stood there, proud and strong. Mr. Harrington didn't know what to say. His plan to embarrass her had completely failed. Evelyn hadn't come to hide, she came to shine, and now nothing could stop her from being seen. For a few seconds, the room stayed silent. Then suddenly, someone started clapping. Another joined in, and soon the whole ballroom was filled with applause. Evelyn didn't move, she just smiled, finally feeling seen. The CEO from earlier stepped forward again, handed her a business card, and said, "Call me, we need to talk." Evelyn nodded, her heart racing. Meanwhile, Mr. Harrington slowly backed away, his face red with embarrassment. The people who once ignored Evelyn were now surrounding her, asking questions and wanting to know more. She didn't chase the spotlight, but tonight it found her, and she was finally ready to stand in it. As the night went on, people kept asking, "Who is that woman?" Evelyn didn't rush to answer, she simply smiled. Across the room, Mr. Harrington sat alone, defeated. Because now, everyone knew, the joke had never been on her, it was on him.